All right, let's dive into one of the biggest, most influential splits in all of history, the divide between Catholicism and Protestantism. You know, this whole thing kicked off about 500 years ago, but its shockwaves, they're still shaping our world, our cultures, and even our politics today. It's a huge story.
So here's the question that really gets to the heart of it, right? How can two massive branches of Christianity that both come from the exact same root end up with such wildly different answers for everything? How to live, how to worship, how to find salvation. It's kind of like a giant puzzle. And today, we're going to start putting those pieces together.
And you know the crazy thing is, this story doesn't start with someone wanting to build a new church. Not at all. It starts with a protest, a really fiery call for reform that just spiraled into a full-blown revolution. We call it the Protestant Reformation, and it didn't just split a religion, it completely redrew the map of Europe and changed the course of Western history forever.
So, to really get a handle on this divide, we have to go back to the beginning. Let's trace the roots of this historic and honestly fascinating schism.
What's just so striking when you look at this timeline is how fast everything unraveled. I mean, think about it. In 1517, you've got this one monk, Martin Luther, who posts a list of complaints. Just 4 years later, boom, he's excommunicated, an outcast. By 1534, the whole movement has political legs, with King Henry VIII breaking from Rome to create his own national church. And then, by 1545, the Catholic Church launches its own counter-reformation, basically drawing a final line in the sand. The break was official, the chance to patch things up, it was gone.
Okay, so now we get to the first, and you could argue the most important point of disagreement. It really all boils down to one single question. When it comes to spiritual truth, who or what has the final say?
And this, right here, illustrates that core difference perfectly. You can think of Catholic authority like a three-legged stool. You've got the Bible, which is absolutely foundational, but it's held up and balanced by two other legs, church tradition and the authority of the Pope. For Protestants, though, the answer is way more direct. It's the Bible and the Bible alone. That is the one and only ultimate source of truth.
This core Protestant principle has a name, sola scriptura. It's Latin for by Scripture alone, and it is the absolute bedrock of Protestantism. The whole idea is that any person should be able to pick up a Bible, read it, and understand God's will for themselves, without needing a priest or a pope to interpret it for them. I mean, that was a seriously radical idea for its time, and it leads directly into the next big disagreement.
So, if you have different sorts of authority, it's really no surprise that your ideas about the path to salvation are also going to diverge. And that brings us to the next critical question. What does a person actually have to do to be saved?
This quote from Martin Luther himself just cuts right to the chase of the Protestant view. He argued that salvation isn't something you can earn. It's a gift from God. And the only way to receive that gift is through faith. This idea directly challenged the entire system that was in place.
Okay, so for Catholics, faith is essential, absolutely. But it has to be paired with good works, things like charity and participating in the sacraments, to get to salvation. Protestants, on the other hand, champion sola fide, or faith alone. From their perspective, good works aren't what causes salvation, they're the natural result of it. So the real debate here is all about the role of our own actions in the whole process.
Now, these big theological differences aren't just abstract ideas for scholars to debate. They have a massive, real-world impact on how people practice their faith and on the role the Church itself plays in a believer's life.
This question really frames the whole thing perfectly. Is the Church this sacred institution, a necessary go-between that hands out God's grace through its priests and rituals? Or is it more of a community, a gathering of equals who all have their own direct line to God? Your answer to that question leads to two very different ways of worship. And you can see this difference crystal clear when you just look at the sacraments. The Catholic Church has 7 of these sacred rites, which are believed to give divine grace. But most Protestant churches? They only recognize 2, baptism and communion. So why the huge difference? Well, for Protestants, it goes right back to sola scriptura. They believe those are the only 2 sacraments that Jesus explicitly commanded in the Bible. And the exact same logic applies to saints. In Catholicism, holy figures like the Virgin Mary are venerated, and it's believed they can intercede for you, basically pray on your behalf. But for Protestants, Jesus Christ is the one and only mediator between people and God. That's it, which means prayer is always directed to God and God alone.
So here we are, 500 years later. Why does this split from so long ago still matter so much? Let's take a look at its lasting impact on our world today.
I mean, the scale is just staggering. Today, there are over 1.3 billion Catholics and close to 1 billion Protestants all over the world. Together, they make up the huge majority of all Christians. So this isn't some dusty, ancient debate. It's a living, breathing reality for more than 2 billion people on the planet right now.
And its influence goes so far beyond the walls of a church. That Protestant emphasis on reading the Bible for yourself, it helped fuel literacy and even democratic ideas. The Catholic Church's patronage of the arts, it gave us some of the most beautiful and breathtaking art the world has ever seen. Seriously, wars have been fought and entire nations have been built on the very ideas we've been talking about.
So, when you boil it all down, the Great Divide really hinges on 3 key battlegrounds. First, there's authority. Is it the Bible and tradition, or the Bible alone? Second, salvation. Is it by faith and good works, or faith alone? And finally, the role of the Church. Is it the sacred intermediary with 7 sacraments, or a community of believers with just 2?
Ultimately, this incredible split between Catholicism and Protestantism reveals something really profound. It shows that even when you start from the exact same foundation, the human search for meaning can lead us down completely different paths. It's a powerful reminder that how we choose to interpret our most sacred ideas is what truly defines who we are.